Welcome to the Bloody Blue Gaming Oubliette. I'm the Gamer Ghoul, and today we're going to review A White Day, a labyrinth called School. Where the scariest thing in this school isn't getting an F, it's getting killed by a crazy guy with a baseball bat. And there's some jump scares along the way. White Day is a remake of a 2001 PC game that is highly recognized as one of the scariest games of all time. I've heard a lot about this game over the years, and when they remade it for PS4 and mobile devices, I was extremely excited to check it out.
The graphics in this remade game look like a really well-polished PS2 game. Everything runs smooth, but just don't be expecting current-gen graphics because you're not going to get it.
In White Day, you play as a student that has to return to the school late at night. Unfortunately, this school is incredibly haunted and there's no way out of it. First off, I want to say that I love cat and mouse games where you're running from a killer or a monster and you're trying to hide and be stealthy. And there are elements where that works in this game, but it is the weakest part of this game. The janitor is absolutely the worst part. I love the ghost. I love the atmosphere. I like the characters for the most part, even though they're a little underdeveloped. I feel like, it works with the story and it provides you with enough of just like, oh, who is this person? What are they up to? And enough suspicion to where it keeps it interesting. So, and every time I hit a cutscene, I really enjoyed having the conversations with the different characters and making different choices and wondering what my ending was going to be. Stuff like that made it really fun, but the janitor was always there to ruin my good time and beat me with a baseball bat, and it was a little bit aggravating. But that being said, I didn't hate this game.
I actually really enjoyed the game. The problem is I think I would have enjoyed it more if I wasn't crouched down in rooms for 5 to 10 minutes at a time hiding from the janitor, because he is almost everywhere that you need to be, and it makes it really difficult to explore the school. This is intense and scary at first, but it quickly becomes really aggravating and repetitive. And the stealth just doesn't really work for me. It doesn't work whenever the enemy never leaves his post. I found myself often getting bored and just running to my location that I had to be at to just hopefully avoid the janitor because I was tired of waiting around. And that's not necessarily fun.
Throughout the game, you have to keep up with various different elements. You have to keep up with your overall heart rate because you're getting scared and you'll eventually pass out or die or whatever happens to you. On top of that, you also have to keep up with your health. And you can replenish that by using coins and going to vending machines and buying different items or finding different items around the school. One of the most aggravating but awesome things is that you actually have to find little felt pins to save your game, and you actually have to go to certain areas on a board to save your game, which is incredibly old school. And if you played like the original Resident Evil, you had to have the ink ribbon. So it brought me back to that day. So it didn't bother me, but I was like, at times I was like, I just want to save my game, but I can't, and then I would die and have to go back and do a whole area that I've already accomplished. So stuff like that was frustrating, but I appreciated it, and I also appreciate the time that it came out and understand that those elements stuck around, which I'm totally cool with. So there's various ghosts that you're going to find in the school, and almost all of them are wildly different and really insanely creepy, and you can unlock different lore and read through it after you complete the game so you can learn about these ghosts, and you can see which ghosts you didn't encounter and then try to find them on the next playthrough. So it adds some replayability, and it's really quite fun. There's one ghost in particular that you're going to encounter for sure several times, and depending on your difficulty level, you're going to get more or less jump scares. But there's one, this floating head, that you're going to see very early in the game, and this thing got me every single time. So a lot of the puzzles were really fun and really satisfying and logical, but there was one puzzle in particular that frustrated me so badly, and there's really nothing you can do about it. You can't really look up a guide or anything. All the puzzles are randomized, which I like, but it was so frustrating because you basically need to know Chinese characters in order to figure out this puzzle. There's a way around it and you start to figure it out, but it was so incredibly frustrating, and I feel like possibly shouldn't have been included in the American port of this game.
Although I did enjoy my time with White Day, a labyrinth called School, I have to give it a 5 out of 10 on the BloodyBlu gaming scale due to the frustration that I experienced and the level design and just different elements that just didn't work for me. I appreciate the old school nature, I appreciate the lore and the ghost, and I appreciate the fact that I definitely want to go back and unlock all the endings in this game. But overall, I can't highly recommend it. If you pick it up for about $29.99 on PS4 or $8.99 on mobile devices, it's not necessarily a bad purchase. I just cannot wholeheartedly recommend it.
So don't let me fool you. Even though the janitor wasn't quite scary, the ghost did get me a couple times, and they are a little bit scary. But, you know, I was always a really big tough guy because the gamer ghoul doesn't really quite get scared like normal. Ah! Oh my god!
A lot of great additional info about this game that I didn't get a chance to cover in this video review. Make sure you check out my accompanying article on the BloodyBlu gaming tab on the website.